Hello, Fabulous Scorpio. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of December 2016, looking at life and love. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. It's a super exciting time, a super exciting month. Lots of lucky energy this month for all of us in at least one area of life. For you, a whole lot of that luck is going to play out where it comes to your money, where it comes to your finances, which can be a really good place to experience luck. I really like the fact that Saturn in your sign is going to be speaking in supreme harmony with Uranus at the later part of the month. Also, it is going to be Jupiter supporting this configuration as well. And what this does suggest to me is a few things, but one is progress at work and in the workplace. Changes in the workplace will in some way raise your income. And raising your income in a way that isn't just temporary, but very likely is to last. I know that right about now, if you are a person who works in a seasonal job, and right about now there are lots of seasonal jobs out there in certain parts of the world, just really bring your A game, do your best. It is being noticed, and that very well could turn into a permanent position, something that you absolutely are really happy to have happen. Also, with this particular configuration, if there's any kind of great idea that comes to you now of work you could do and how you can make it profitable, I would absolutely take it very seriously. A sky like this does suggest long-term gains, like instant gains, but the gains last for a very long time. If new coworkers come in, new immediate supervisors come in, know that ultimately this is going to bless you, and this is going to bless you in ways that create prosperity for you, as well as happiness, as well as a greater sense of self. If you are really wanting to make a change, and particularly if it's something that you tried to do before, or a contact that you tried to make before as part of having a new opportunity to create prosperity, this would be the time to reconnect with those people that maybe before, things just sort of like were left, which is very possible with the sky that we've had. So if you were connected to somebody, you were saying, hey, I know that you are connected to a particular organization. I know that you're doing some really interesting work. I know you're doing something really creative. I want to be a part of it. And then you just kind of left it. It is in the second part of the month that you are going to want to reach out and reconnect, because it very likely could lead in a very positive direction. Now, elsewhere in the sky this month, we are also going to have, at the early part of the month, a full moon. This full moon is happening in a part of the sky for you that has to do with what we like to call other people's money. So this is grants, loans, bursaries, insurance payments, tax returns, benefits you may qualify for. And as I look at this particular full moon, there is a lot of blessing energy with this. And a lot of the blessings are going to come about based on what was already done, okay? So action that's already been taken, that's where a lot of the blessing seems to be coming about. However, there does seem to be some tension. So it's almost as if there's a need for you to create some prosperity for yourself. It could be that you're trying to access a loan or a grant of some kind, or having to deal with financial institutions in the early part of the month. You will be fine. Of course, there's lots of possibility there, lots of blessing energy there. It does mean that there may be some fears that you need to overcome. It does mean that there might be some mixed feelings or some strings attached to it that you're not really sure how you feel about, or you may not be sure if you feel good about. And yet there is that blessing energy there. So just, eyes wide open, consider your options, and just know that that is one option of actually a whole lot of options you're going to have this month to create greater prosperity for yourself. As we move towards the end of the month, we are going to have a new moon take place. This new moon is happening in a part of the sky for you that has to do with siblings, cousins, and neighbors. And it's very likely that one of these people is really going to wake you up in some way, really going to, awaken a more passionate side. Now, this can come about in a really positive way, okay? And sometimes they could be some button pushing here, I got to say. So there might be a little bit of button pushing there, and then you're trying to realize what this is going to mean for you, if anything, what you're going to do about it, if anything. Ultimately, it is always up to you to decide on the best course of action, but you will be very in the moment, and so some strong feelings may come up. And ultimately, that's revealing something to you about what you believe about yourself. And you can choose to believe things that empower you, that allow you to feel peaceful and calm and allow you to feel love for other people. So it isn't about other projected, perceived beliefs. It is about what you believe about yourself that really matters most, especially under a sky like this. But again, it may be that they just really help you to get in touch with your power to create positive change in your life. This could also play out, I gotta say, if you are trying to meet somebody online. So where it comes to matters of love, if you're trying to do the internet dating thing, I would be a little bit mindful with energy like this. It does suggest some, very strong and also very passionate feelings being stirred. But the long-term potential of it, the long-term blessings for you seem to be in other areas of life, not so much in the romantic part. And so there's passion, there's urgency, there's a sense of awakening that's taking place, especially late in the month. Very well could also be facilitated by some conversation, whether it happens online, whether it happens mind to mind, on the telephone, on the internet. All of this tends to be indicated. So just, know that a lot of that is about you. And of course, as long as you make decisions that you can feel good about, as long as you do what you know that you want to do and what's right for you, that really is key under a sky like this. Also, if you are in an established bond, I look at this particular sky. I think it is very possible that a spouse is part of the greater blessings that find you now. But also with this, you can have your spouse sort of say some, want to make some changes, in some cases, some very wild changes to what they're doing to make money. It is possible that there's a little bit of a spike in your partner's income as well. But, more than that, as I look at this sky, I think about how there is a real desire on your spouse's part to make some progress, a desire to live differently, a desire to make some significant change. Like it's almost as if they are wanting a rebirth or a fresh start of some kind, especially this month. And really, they're talking to you about the future. They're talking to you about what it is that they want to initiate in the new year, whether they want to end their job, whether they want to go back to school. In some way, they are trying to have a metamorphosis of their own. And that can lend itself to a need to do a little bit of negotiating, a little bit of clarity to understand what they're hoping for, what they're doing. And ultimately, it is always up to you to decide whether or not you think you want to go along with it, right? It's always up to you to decide. But it absolutely does look like there are benefits to both of you to allowing some change that your partner feels inspired to make. Now, there may be some details that need to be ironed out there. So allow them that, let them have that, and know that more information will be revealed as your partner moves towards changes that they consider to be positive for the both of you. Now, what I love about this month for you is that sense of really understanding abundance differently, and understanding that abundance is a state of spirit, is a state of heart, but also can show up in your practical lived experience as well. And this is where you are about to have a breakthrough that raises your bottom line and helps you to understand that what you are putting out there in the world, the energy, the heart, the work that you put is valuable. It is being noticed, and it is about to help you to make some very, very positive gains.